Hey guys, I'm back here with another video, and I believe I did one on this bossing hammer or a tucking hammer like in a stump. So basically I made this. This is 1.5 inch tool steel. You could use mild steel. I reamed it out to make dies, like I said, to accommodate if I wanted to use a regular die like in the planishing hammer. So I'm kind of making all my tools universal. So what I ended up doing, I bought some Durlin, which is a hard plastic. It's rated at the, I don't know how the numbers are, but I know this is a 90. So it's kind of, it's hard, but it's not the hardest. So what I want to share with you guys, I made numerous designs. So I made more of a, I could focus on a focal point. This is kind of like just like a smooth rubber hammerhead. This is a little bit bigger radius, and then obviously this here. So the cool thing about these is, in this hammer, I just have a set screw in here, and majority of the time I'll probably be using the bigger blunt end. That's gonna focus on like the wider area, and then this is what I'll just hammer it down with. And then obviously, like when you get those puckers, when you do it in a stump, or with that tucking tool I showed you on that kick press, you want to go in, and as it puckers, you want to basically seal it off on each side and lock it in. And more than likely, both of these will work. It just depends how tight of it it's going to be. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys, these things just pop in, and I can swap them out depending on what I'm focused on. Tighten the set screw, and basically you have a multi-use hammer. You have a less radius, more radius, and then vice versa. But I wanted to share with you guys, so this is actually going to be my finished tool that I'll use to basically stump shrink, is what we call it. But it's Pro Shaper makes one. I don't know what he sells it for. He sells one with a wooden handle with an aluminum base. This is kind of, I wouldn't say it's an experiment. I wanted something that drives the force into the metal. So this is where this is a solid head with just the sides ringed out to accommodate the sleeves that are on these dies. These are 13/16, 8/123. So it's the same as Chicago pneumatic. So, and the reason I did that is because the dies for the planishing hammer I'm gonna get are Chicago pneumatic OD on this shaft. So what I wanted to do is, in case I needed, you know, a particular crown or something in a metal die, maybe to get in on a car or something, I could accommodate that instead of just using this for one tool and then using a hammer and a dolly. You could use a hammer and a dolly, but it's the same principle as a planishing hammer and an English wheel. The lower anvil with the crown is what you want to fit the crown of what you're trying to get to, the car, whatever. So if you're English wheeling, you want the crown, your final crown when it's said and done wheeling is going to be the same shape of the door, just on a lot smaller area. And then you wheel the whole panel and it's going to create that. So I just want to share with you guys the hammer. I know I did a video on this hammer itself a while back, but I didn't have the dies. I finally got the Durlin, and I've been busy, so I ended up machining these this morning on this Saturday morning, and I got pretty much my hammer. So now I could put it to work, and I've got other dies to go accommodate with it. And I hope you guys, this kind of comes to that deal, you know, think outside the box. You could buy these, but if you're in this industry, I'm going to tell you right now, you could probably make 80 to 90% of the equipment. You can buy it, and if you don't have the time, that's totally fine. But something like this, if you have a lathe, this piece right here is just solid stock, ring 2 holes in it, drill 2 holes and set screw it. Maybe took me 20 minutes on the lathe. And you can do this, you could buy this, I turned this down because I had a bigger piece, but if you just buy 1.5 inches or whatever size you want your dies that you're gonna make, you could make this in less than 30 minutes. This is just a piece of 1 inch, I believe it's 80 wall, or it could be even 65 wall. I ran it through a notcher that I have, and I TIG welded it on. I've got the same hammer more or less that Pro Shaper sells, and I don't know, I think they're like 80 bucks. I mean, if I was to machine it out myself and my shop rate's 80 bucks an hour, I just bought one of these. But then you gotta pay shipping. So, but I like building my own tools, I really enjoy it. But not only that, I know how it's made and I know how I want it to work when you do build it. So, hope you guys like this video. I'm gonna give it a shot real quick on some sheet metal, and I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's hardened to 90 something on the durometer excuse me, on the durometer scale. So it'll probably eventually mar up a little bit, but I'm not worried about it like a plastic hammer or a plastic mallet, where it digs in so deep, and then when you hit the metal, it puts that gouge in it. So hope you guys like this video. You guys stay tuned. And today I'm supposed to receive some tubing, so I'll get on the chassis and show you guys basically the proper way. I mean, there's more than one way to do it, but it's gonna look clean, spend the money, do the right fitting, stuff like that, and I'm gonna show you guys how to run brake lines. So stay tuned, and hope you guys enjoyed this video.